So we have Shiraz, Noy, Ayelet.
Right.
Wait, that's not it. That's it. And okay, start.
Okay, I will start. And before we will present our escape room, we wanted to talk a little bit about the things that we've learned during this course, this amazing course, if I might add. And Shiraz, will you press?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. So, of course, we all know this image. And there are three things that I would like to talk about. Another click, please. The most important things that I've learned, that we've learned during this course is, as you can see, in everyday life, immediate environment, and metacognition. And I want to explain. So first thing that I've learned, and one of the main things, if I might add, is that we can develop HOTS in everyday, we can and we should develop HOTS in everyday life. We're talking about things that are, people can learn, children will learn from their immediate environment, from the experience they have, that they know, that they can relate to. You can teach HOTS and develop HOTS at very early stages as parents, as teachers. And one of the main things that was emphasized was that by using metacognition, you can actually see, okay, and be aware of the process that you actually do. Because we use HOTS automatically. We don't even notice that we do it. And Inessa, she made it present during the course. Okay, we were always asked, what HOT did you use by doing it? Okay, so these are the three things that was the most important things, this for me, and I think for the whole class. Now, if you see this, this quotation, which I love, it's from Cover the Material. I'm sorry, I'm using it all the time. And it connects to what I said before. The second-handedness of the learned world is the secret of its mediocrity. So this is what we fight, okay? We want them to learn by themselves, not just from books, to discover the world, okay? And to understand and to develop their own HOTS. Now, another one, please, Shiraz. As you can see here, if we look at this course as sequences, okay? And you can see that they're both sided. We moved during this course from theory to practice, and from practice to theory. It was combined. Okay, we learned, first of all, what HOTS is at the beginning, and then how to develop it, and how to use metacognition, okay, and how to be self-aware and self-reflection, and to see what you're doing. Another thing is teaching, okay, learning HOTS as a student, and learn how to teach HOTS as teachers. So these sequences were always in this course. Now I have to say that one of the things that I was most impressed by was the fact that it was taught the way they expected us to teach. It wasn't just theory. You should do that and that. Okay, the way we were taught is the way that we are being asked to do as teachers.
Ayelet, I'm sorry, I need to interrupt you people, the audience. I'm not responsible for this presentation. I see.
No, come on, she promised us these great, come on. We're all adults, okay, we know, so it's,
right.
Okay, so, but I think it is important to look at it because we learned HOTS as students and as teachers, okay? And the theory and the practice came together. And this was the best way that I found to present it. So moving on to Noy, which will present several ways of escaping room.
Okay, so thank you, Ayelet. In Inessa's course, we had 5 groups who created escape rooms. The topic was our choice. Each group could choose. The only criteria was that the topic is from everyday life. The real, like Ayala mentioned, we wanted to see how an everyday activity can be HOTS, or HOTS is entwined into everyday activities. So these are 4 of the examples, and ours will be later on with Shiraz. And you can also see, I'll tell you, the age group. So it really varies, and you can really make it for each age group. You just need to adjust the topics and the wording. So first we have the escape room of Ragda, Malak, and Noah, which was about making dinner. It doesn't seem like such a big deal. Everyone makes dinner, right? But going to the supermarket, choosing the foods, what am I going to plan? Who is coming over? What is the dietary needs of the people who are coming over? It's really complicated and has HOTS in it. And you wouldn't think of that. And this escape room was for 5th graders. And in Inessa's class, we learned that no age is too young for HOTS. You just need to adjust it accordingly. Then we have let's plan a birthday party, which again is something everyone does, everyone experiences, and you don't think about it that much, but it is HOTS. This room was by Dalia, Haya, and Rania. If I'm not mistaken, it was for 7th graders. Then we have Can You Save Planet Earth by Yael, Tami, and Raz. I mean, we are all conscious, or at least semi-conscious, about our Earth, right? It's important how we handle ourselves, about recycling, about everything, pollution, and everything, saving the planet. It has become a more prominent topic, and it's more widely dealt with. And this escape room, if again I'm not mistaken, is for 10th graders, I believe. So you can see how we started from younger ages and we progress further on. And again, this is HOTS in very topics that you wouldn't think about. And then we have Hadassah's and Tal's escape room, which was about a job interview. But I mean, we all go through a job interview at some point or another, and it is HOTS. And this room is built about an actual job interview. And you wouldn't think that it would make sense, but it does. And a job interview is for higher ages. It doesn't matter if you're 20 years old or 30 years old or 50 years old. The process makes you think. It makes you analyze. And again, metacognition, once you left the job interview, what just happened? So it's very, very interesting. And again, you can see how we moved from the younger ages to students, or for people in society who are outside of the academic field. And then there is our escape room, which is about packing for a trip or packing in general. It seems very, very kind of ridiculous, actually. How can packing be a higher order thinking skills? But that's the thing, it's not. But higher order thinking skills are entwined in your decision-making, in your thought process, and your actions. And I'll let Shiraz expand on that.
Thank you. So since Noi has already started explaining about our escape room, I will continue from there. As Ayelet and Noi said, we really learned throughout the course about what are HOTS and the usage of it. Everything was interconnected. Our role as teacher to teach HOTS and our role as students to use it. But the emphasis was that we know what we're doing. We're not just acting, but we think about the things we're doing and we try to analyze them in the best way possible. So I'll show you now our escape room. As Noi said, it is about packing. I'll try to doesn't work. But okay, so packing 101. This year, however, we didn't manage to pack for a trip, unfortunately, but we did, it is a notion that we all dealt with at least once. So we'll start our escape room. So we start by a picture and then questions. For example, I won't show all of them, but just for the example, you are going on a trip. You must pack, but how do you know how many underwear you need to take? So we have 4 options. You can guess the number of underwears that you need to take. You can ask your mom because mother knows everything. You can count the days and then multiply by daily showers that you will have. And you need to count the days only. So the good thing that we chose to do about our escape room, which was also in the others, that the student has many attempts to solve the question. I mean, in other escape rooms that I know, not in our class, you have only 1 attempt, and if you failed, you failed. But now, even if I choose the answer, ask your mom, I do have 2 more attempts to find the correct question, which we did that in order to not discourage the students. Because in many escape rooms as well, you have to write the very accurate word with uppercase or lowercase and no spaces. And it sometimes gets to the point that the student is discouraged and no, it doesn't work for me and I give up. And we didn't want them to give up. So even if I choose guess, ask your mom, or count the days, I still have the attempt to choose count the days and multiply. And after every question, we show them the question of which hot were used. And also here you have several attempts. So if you have any ideas, does anyone knows which hot was used in this question? Mishu?
This is a small quiz, guys.
Okay, you don't have to. But again, I will show the attempts that you can guess. It's classifying, it's not, none is not, applying is not. So it is, of course, problem solving because you had to take the amount of days, multiply and solve the issue. And that goes on and on with the question. You have seasonal clothes and then what you need to do. I will look up to this. So what hots, evaluating, so etc. etc. We tried to include as many hots in our escape room for it to be diverse and to be interesting. And the questions are as well diverse, not always about how much to pack or something like that. And that was the essence of our concluding assignment this year in Inessa's course, hot in EFL classes. We did try to make the escape rooms in the way that will be appealing for the students, that it will not only be like a school assignment that they have to complete, but for them to be interesting and amusing, and that the thinking process will be present. We wanted them to think and to know what they're thinking about. Which this is the thing that Inessa taught us throughout the year. And even when we presented the making process of the escape rooms to Inessa, she asked us, what hots did you use while you created these escape rooms? So yeah, I think that this is the conclusion of everything. And we had fun making this because we thought that the answers were quite amusing. And that's it. That's our escape room.
Thank you very much. We will correct minor mistakes next year. Okay. Thank you. Hope you like it. And you were very short and specific. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, moving on to my students in my class about integrating ICT tools into the EFL classrooms. We're going to show you just, a brief showcase of some of the tools that were learned and used in the course. So we will have Shiraz Enoy presenting digital stories, then Raz Tal and Adas presenting hot potatoes, Dalia, Rania, and Haya presenting office templates, Malak, Nurar, and Rajda presenting animated pictures and action hyperlinks. Okay, so let's start with Shiraz Enoy.
I will share my screen again, just a second. Okay. Throughout this year in Liron's course, we learned about various tools that we can integrate in our classes, technological tools, of course. that stands for the ICT, integration, communication, technology. So we chose to talk about digital stories because it is a good way to let the students do the ICT themselves. Because this is the purpose of ICT, not us as teacher doing it and presenting it to the class, but the students are supposed to experience in making the ICT, in presenting it, and be involved in the making of it. So we have two platforms that we use to show digital stories, and Noi will continue from here.
Okay, so the
Storyboard.
I'm the Storyboard. Okay. So Storyboard allows us to get inspired by art, which is uploaded into the web, and create stories from it. So the source material that the kids can be inspired by is already in the platform. And a quote from the creators is, "We use artwork to inspire people to write. We want them to be excited, to get ideas, and to think about how to connect the pictures that in the site in the form of a story in the book." So we put a short video showcasing someone's story.
I'll just make sure that I'm sharing the audio as well, because of course I didn't, but now I did. So I'm presenting.
So this is just an example.
Bird Story. Happy Mother's Day by Stiglio.
I love you, Mom. Oh, sweetie. Look at this comic that I made for you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. It is so beautiful, honey. I am proud of my little chicken, and I am proud of being your son. I made this cake too for your special day. Mmm, so delicious.
Very short, very sweet, but the pictures could be interpreted in different ways. You can think of this as a couple. You can think of this as two friends. You can choose different segues of pictures to create a different storyline. And it's really about inspiring your ideas and putting them into writing.
So now I'll show the other platform, which is a Story Jumper. Story Jumper is a bit more complicated to make than Storyboard, but it is very friendly to the user. It allows us to create an online book with a visual of a physical one. You can upload any image you want and insert the text boxes onto it with audio. So the example that I will be showing you is my book that I've made throughout this course in my topic, which is transportation. Just briefly, I could choose the cover and the pictures and the font and everything. And I also choose to להקריא, my story. It's also a manner of differentiation, or just for different learning styles, or of course for students that have hearing impairment, sight impairment that can help them. So welcome to my book, etc. So I will.
Hi there. My name is Shiraz.
Very embarrassing, but you got the point. I just added the audio for every page, and I could choose the pictures that I put in the background. And the nice thing about the Story Jumper is that you can publish your story and get it in a physical one. You can get your own copy of the book. And I think that this is a great way that students can present their knowledge with, even if they work in groups or even if they work alone, because it is very easy to use, and they can show everything by it. I chose transportation, but it can be any topic that you wish. And I enjoyed making it. I also had my own halvai, my own doll that I tried to shape in my own form, just for it to be a bit more personal. And that's it. That was our digital stories presentation.
Wonderful. Just some comments. So it's an avatar. It's not a doll. And you use a narration, of course. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Very nicely done. Okay, so let's move on to Raz, Tal, and Adas presenting hot potatoes.
Yes, okay. So Hot Potatoes is a set of programs that allows the production of interactive web-based teaching exercises, which can be delivered to any computer. The Hot Potatoes set includes 6 applications, enabling you to create interactive web-based exercises of several types, which are interactive multiple choice, short answer, jumbled sentences, crossword, matching or ordering, and gap fill exercises for the World Wide Web. Hot Potatoes is freeware, and you may use it for any purpose or project you like. Raz?
Yeah. So as Tal said, the program could be used for any type of subject, such as teaching grammar, vocabulary, sentence, reading comprehension. The tool is very, very useful as a self-evaluation tool, which means that the learners, the students themselves, have their scores are computed automatically by the program. So this allows the students to monitor their progress very easily. There are hints that are provided to guide the students through questions, which they are unsure of. It is relatively very, very easy to use. And students are able to quickly manage all the types of exercises and programs in the program itself. And that's it, I guess.
Yes, so now I will show you 2 examples. I will just share my screen. Okay, so you see the screen? So this is the Hot Potatoes, the software. This is how it looks like. And here you can choose one of the options, whatever you want. So let's go to the quiz. And this page opens. And here you fill out your question. Okay, you can write whatever. This is the answers. And now you checked if it's correct or not. So you want this answer to be correct. You can provide also here from the right feedback. So I will just show you an actual activity that I did. Okay. So this is an ocean animal quiz. Who am I? So you have here the questions, and then it looks like this. I ticked whether it's correct or not. And then you can send it to the internet. So it looks like this. Yes. Okay. It looks like this, and then you just press on the correct answer, and you go on and on. Okay. And the second one is the Gmatch. So here also is a title that you can choose, and here you have maybe C, and you want the students to translate it. So you put here yum, and also I will open another activity that I did. Okay, so it's about recycling, and I wanted the students to translate, and also I exported to the internet. So just, I can choose the format. So I chose drag and drop, save, view. Okay, so it looks like this. And then they just can drag the right answers to the, like this. So it's very nice, very useful. That's it.
Wonderful, thank you. And moving on to Dalia, Rana, and Haya showing Office templates.
Okay, I will share my screen. We're doing, our topic is Office template, which can be used in Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint. And it's a great way for integrating technology in EFL classrooms. All you have to do is go into Google and type templates Microsoft Office game. When you write this in Google search, you will get many options that include downloadable games and games templates. There's many online resources for games and activities, and many of them are specially designed for educational purposes. Now, one of the websites that you will get when you write templates Microsoft Office games is this website, which we used it when we did one of the assignments in the ICT course. Let's look at the link in the picture. This is the yes, this is the assignment that we did, and there's also these games templates that can save times for teachers and can be used in class. I'm talking PowerPoint games, Excel games, Word games, and others. Can you move on to the next slide? Yes. And we also, there are some PowerPoint games, and now my friend Haya will explain to you an assignment that she did and used this Microsoft Games for. Go on, Haya. In this assignment, we had to do a PowerPoint game using one of these platforms. So I chose to do it using the big board facts about my topic, which is food, that I taught a lot of lessons about this year. And this is the big board facts. And so when I go to so I can divide this student into groups. And when I go to the first question, for example, I ask about the vocabulary. About the second question is about the text. And I can show the answer and go to the board. And the third question is about what do you like, so it's relevant to the student. And the fourth question is about describing the picture, so they can also review the words that they know and put it in a sentence. This is our presentation.
Okay, thank you. And last but not least, Malak, Nora, and Rajda, animated pictures and action hyperlink.
Yes, just I want to share the screen.
No, Malak, I'll share the screen at the beginning, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I just want to explain about animated pictures in PowerPoint and the hyperlink. So we'll just show a little example. I use a PowerPoint in the internet, so it's a little bit different. You put insert the device. I've downloaded a picture of a garden. Okay, we can make it just bigger. Okay, you have the option to make it bigger or any shape that you want. Okay, if you want to put a GIF, then you should download it. I've downloaded a butterfly. See, it's taking a little bit of time. Okay, if you are using the normal PowerPoint, then you'll have the option next to view, to format, to remove, and to mark the areas that you don't want about the background of the butterfly. And if you don't want to use the GIF, well, you can take a picture from the internet. Say if you wanted to use this pic. Just 1 second. Can I go back to it? 1 second. Okay. Okay, I'll put the picture of the flower over here. Can you see it?
No, not yet.
No.
Okay, 1 minute. This. Okay. Okay, we'll put it over here. If you want to make it more visually attractive, then you can copy it. Okay, to cut it if you want. So it's not cutting right now, but you can crop the picture, cut it into half, and then use animation, and you can use any one of these. If you cut the flower itself into one half, you could put a spin like this, and you can then present it and to make it move. If you can also use like a flower or something, cut it into half, then use the spinning or moving, and you can like make it fly. You could really make it visually attractive. Now, Malak, you can.
Okay, now we want to show you the, we had an assignment on this, and we want to show what we did. Okay. So basically, when we are getting the presentation into a presentation mode, so every bit, the animated pixels are moving. We choose about to talk about Bora Bora, about this topic, and we wanted to show this GI field. It can also help support your thesis and your topic. Also, they are so attractive in the presentation, especially if you are using the presentation for the students in elementary school and so on. You can see also how can they give such a visual attractivity to the presentation.
Yeah, and it could be connected to the text itself.
Yes. Ragda, do you want to talk about the hyperlinks?
Yes, can I share the screen, please? So, in order to make a hyperlink like this, let me a link that takes us to our video. Can you see the video?
Not yet.
Just a second, I'm gonna stop sharing. And this is the video.
Yes.
So in order to insert this video in our presentation, first of all, we have to copy the link of the video, and then
After you exited the sharing screen mode.
Yes, I know. I'm going back to the presentation, and then we have the option here to put a link here, and this one for the video that I chose, and to write here the name of the video that we are that we need to present it. Like this is the name that I want to appear on the screen, and I put sure, and then I have the video here as a hyperlink, Bora Bora, and it takes me straight to the video. That's it.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, thank you. And now we move on to Ina's class.